Hey y'all, it's Stacy. Welcome back to the kitchen. Today we're going to tackle what is probably the most popular recipe that we have on the site right now. And you know, I've been doing this since 2009. And one of the things that I've learned is that just when you think a recipe is gonna be popular or go viral, it flops. But then you have these kind of sneaker recipes, these kind of recipes that you are just gonna put on the website because you think they deserve to be on the website, and then they end up being the most popular. This is one of those recipes. This is my recipe for my classic macaroni salad. Now, there are a lot of recipes for macaroni salad on the internet. But this recipe, there are a few tricks and a secret that I think makes this recipe better than any of the other macaroni salad recipes that you're gonna find on the internet. To start, I've got a big pot here. I've got about 4 quarts of water that I've got to a boil, and I added salt. Make sure that you add salt after that water is warm. If we dump salt in there in the beginning, chances are it could even damage the bottom of your pot, and we don't want to do that. So get that water hot, get it boiling, add some salt, add it slowly because it could boil over. Next, we're going to add about 3 cups of macaroni right into the mix here. 1, 2, and 3. Just a few stuck in there. And we're gonna stir this. Now, until the water comes back to a boil, we wanna stir this pretty frequently to keep pasta from sticking together. Once it starts boiling again, then we can kind of walk away and just stir it occasionally. Now, one thing that I will say, most recipes that you see for pasta, they're gonna have you cook to al dente. This is one of those situations where we actually wanna cook it fully. We wanna cook this pasta all the way because we're gonna chill this, right? And if we cook the pasta till al dente, it's gonna have a little chewiness to it, which is great in a traditional warm dish. But as this pasta cools, it's gonna firm up a little bit. And if we cook it to al dente and then it firms up a little bit more, chances are it's gonna be too chewy. So we wanna cook this all the way. Follow the package instructions. Every brand's gonna be a little different. If the recipe calls, on the box, if the recipe calls for you to cook it to al dente, maybe cook it just a few minutes longer, taste it, make sure that it's soft all the way through. While this cooks, actually I'm gonna give this another stir here. While this cooks, we're gonna chop some vegetables. I've got a rib of celery, I've got a red onion, and I've got a green bell pepper that I'm going to finely dice here. Now, I like a really fine dice on my vegetables because I want a little bit of a crunch there, but not a ton of crunch. I'm gonna dice this pretty finely. I'm gonna do half of a green pepper, half of this red onion, and this celery on a really fine dice. So our pasta's done. My box said to cook it for 5 minutes. It took about 7 minutes to get it fully cooked all the way through, and I'm gonna drain this. Got a colander in the sink behind me. Now, one thing that I will say that we're gonna do here that you would not do in like a traditional pasta dish is we're gonna rinse this with some cool water. A couple things. Obviously, if we were making a warm pasta dish, we wouldn't do this because the starch that's on the pasta is gonna help sauce cling to it. But this is not that case. We are making a cold pasta salad. So what's gonna happen here is the first thing is this cool water is gonna stop the cooking process so that we don't end up with mushy pasta. It's gonna rinse a little of that starch off, of course, but the other thing that's gonna happen here is this cool water is gonna sort of seal up those starch molecules in the pasta. Now, I'm not a food scientist. I geek out over food science, so I'm probably not saying this right, but I will say this. What happens is that cold water sort of seals up the pasta. It's still going to absorb dressing, but it's gonna absorb a little bit less than warm pasta would. So rinsing this is gonna keep it from clumping together, it's gonna stop the cooking process, and it's gonna help a little bit when we add the dressing to it. All right, let's make our dressing here. Now everybody's idea of what this dressing should be like is a little different. I'm gonna show you how I like it, which is a little less sweet. So to start, I'm gonna put about a cup of mayonnaise, and you know I like to use a tangy vinegar-based mayo here, in a bowl. To this, I'm gonna add about a tablespoon of yellow mustard. I'm gonna do about 3 tablespoons of white vinegar. 1, 2, 3. Gonna do about a teaspoon of salt. I'm gonna go about a half a teaspoon of black pepper. All right, I'm gonna do about 2 teaspoons of sugar. Now, this is where some people want it to be a little sweeter. So you could certainly add more sugar here. I find that 2 teaspoons is about perfect for my personal preference, but you could absolutely add more if you wanted to. I'm gonna add half a teaspoon of onion powder and half a teaspoon of garlic powder. And then just stir this together. Now, when it comes to the vinegar, you could use a white wine vinegar, you could use an apple cider vinegar. I just kind of like the sharpness of a regular white vinegar. Get that all combined. And now we're gonna add our vegetables back to this. Now, I used a green bell pepper. You can use a different bell pepper if you want. Red, yellow, orange, any of those depending on the color that you'd like and also the sweetness level, keeping in mind that as the colors change, they're gonna get a little sweeter. So this green bell pepper is gonna be on the bitter end of the spectrum, and then yellow, orange, and red is gonna be the sweetest. So just pick the one that sounds good to you. Adding this right here, my celery, and then my red onion. And you can see that I diced this pretty fine. Now, when it comes to the red onion, I like to use red because of the color, and frankly, I like the flavor too. If you find that red onion is maybe a little too sharp, you can do what's called deflaming this by soaking that in ice water for 5 to 10 minutes. It kind of draws some of those sulfur compounds and sharpness out of the onion, then drain it real well before you add it. That will help with that sharpness and you'll still get that pretty color, but you could use a different onion too if you wanted to use a yellow or a sweet onion. You know, cooking is just like that. Like, pick the things that taste good to you. Not everybody likes things the same way. Our dressing is made. All right, once we've got that combined, got a big bowl here for our pasta. Now, it's really important that we get as much moisture out of this as we can because any additional moisture that's on the pasta is gonna weaken our dressing. It's gonna make it runny and we certainly don't want that. So try to get as much of that moisture out of there. And you can see that didn't clump together like pasta often does when we just drain it and allow it to sit for a little while because we rinsed some of that starch off. Now, this is the step or the trick or the secret that I think makes this a better dish. We're not gonna dump all of this dressing on here because if you've ever done this before, if you've ever made a pasta salad, you dump all the dressing in, you mix it together, you put it in the fridge because we want to allow the flavors to develop. You come back to it 4 hours later and it's this dry, clumpy mess. We're going to avoid that. What we're gonna do is we're gonna add somewhere between 1/3 and 1/2 of the dressing now, just enough to coat the pasta and allow those flavors to start developing. And we're gonna package up this other dressing and save it till right before we serve it. Because nobody loves a dry, clumpy pasta salad, right? Because what's gonna happen is, even though we shocked this, even though we rinsed it, that pasta is still going to continue to absorb that dressing. If we add it all right now, your pasta is gonna end up kind of soggy and mushy with zero dressing. So we're gonna add just enough to add flavor, allow this to chill in the fridge for at least 4 hours or overnight even, and then right before we serve it, we're gonna add this additional dressing. All right, you can see that's just enough dressing to sort of coat the pasta. I'm gonna cover this, little plastic wrap. This is gonna go in the fridge for at least 4 hours, but even overnight. Allow all of those flavors to sort of develop. I'm also gonna cover this, pop this in the fridge as well, and we'll come back in a little bit and finish this up. All right, after we've allowed this some time, I'm gonna show you. You can look at this and kind of see how dry it is, right? That pasta absorbed that dressing that we had put in there, which is great because it's gonna add great flavor, but we also want this to be a really nice, creamy macaroni salad. And even if I kind of spoon this, you can see a little bit how that absorbed. But of course, we knew that was gonna happen. We knew that that pasta was going to absorb that. And see, if you had added all of that dressing, you know, it would have great flavor, but it's not gonna have that creamy texture. So that's why this little tip, this little trick works here, is because right now we're getting ready to serve this. So I'm gonna add my reserved dressing to this right before serving so that it has that nice creamy consistency. I'm just gonna give this a stir. And then it's gonna go right in. And regardless of how long it is that it rests in the fridge, you wanna wait and add this last dressing until right before you serve it. So whether that's 4 hours, overnight, or a day, or whatever, you wanna make sure that you don't add this additional dressing until right before you serve it. The other thing that I will say is that with any kind of dish, especially a salad like this, that needs to rest in the fridge, once you get ready to serve it, taste it before you serve it. You may need to add some salt and pepper. All kind of weird chemical reactions happen when it rests in the fridge like that. And so things can change. The flavors can change. They can mellow a little. So you want to make sure that you taste this right before. Now come in, I want to show you, now that we added that dressing back in, you can see how beautifully creamy that is. So the next time that you get asked to bring something to the cookout, this is the thing that you need to take. Everyone's gonna be impressed with how delicious and creamy this is, and I promise there are not gonna be any leftovers. Folks, you can find the full recipe with all these tips and tricks and secrets over on the website, southernbite.com. Just search for classic macaroni salad. Y'all enjoy.